Hello, everyone,
Are we live?
and welcome back to another week of Friday Night Modern, brought to you by Top Deck Productions here at GameSwap in Mason. Mark and Mario are back. I'm Mario.
And I'm Mark. We've been away for
we've
probably
been on
a
a
month
hiatus.
and a half, I think.
Yeah, about at least a month. But
Mario
we are back.
takes a really long Christmas vacation.
Yeah. You know, my student job gives me nice benefits there.
So we got a grudge match here, folks. The backstory on this Victor Kurz versus Robert Meadows matchup.
Whose name is currently not shown, but
Whose
the
name
other
is
player
not
is
showing.
Robert Meadows.
That's Robert Meadows, the good old Meadows.
There it is.
They played against each other in the Classic, and Robert won in the Classic, the SCG Classic in
Modern
Columbus,
Classic, yeah.
a couple of weeks ago. Robert won that, but then, of course, Robert went on to get disqualified and did not make
that was
top
an
eight,
unfortunate
despite going undefeated in the Swiss. But so anyway, and then they played last week here at Swap, and Victor won handily.
So it's currently 1-1 in their last two matches.
We're playing the last match here.
But Robert's on something different tonight.
Yeah,
so
he was playing Teamer Pile.
Yeah, he's been playing Teamer for a while.
Now he's on Blue-White Miracles.
Blue-White Miracles.
Yeah, it abuses that new Merfolk that brainstorms. It's a 4-mana 2/2 that casts Brainstorm.
Riverwise Augur, I believe is the name.
It's a pretty sweet deck. Do you remember back in Standard, Mario, like Innistrad Theros Standard? When
I started playing during Origins, so no.
Okay, well, there was a Canadian guy, I think, that won the Pro Tour with Blue-White Miracles. He was playing against a green-white aggro, like a Voice Resurgence, Loxodon Smiter, Advent of the Worm deck. But he beat him with Blue-White Miracles in Standard. You played Think twice to Miracle on your opponent's turn. You played Feeling of Dread to tap your guys down. Oh, it's great.
This deck's doing something similar. It doesn't play Think Twice, but it does play Telling Time, which
Telling Time is pretty sweet.
Lets you both draw a card and put a card on top of your library.
Telling Time is a 2-mana instant, right?
Yes.
That's pretty sweet.
So it looks like both players
play that in Escape Shift.
Yeah, it looks like both players mulligan to 6 here. I'm not sure who that favors. Probably Death Shadow.
I would say Grixis Death Shadow.
I imagine that just jumping into this Blue-White Miracles deck for Robert, it might actually be a little, it might be a little unintuitive. Like, there's a lot you got to think about.
Yeah. Turn 1 Colonnade seems good, though, no matter what
whatever you're doing, you probably want that.
Hopefully Robert has 4 paths and, like, 2 to 4 Snapcasters.
Yeah, I think so. So the only miracles in the deck, well, they're very powerful, obviously, is Terminus and Entreat the Angels.
Yeah, so I feel like you could play the Time Walk one, but it doesn't seem quite good enough.
Right, Temporal Trespass.
Temporal,
not Trespass.
What is it? Temporal Mastery?
Temporal Mastery.
Temporal Mastery. It just seems like kind of too cute, and a lot of the times it'll just draw you a card.
Victor going with the turn 1 Sleight of Hand. That's interesting.
Yeah, Victor actually. I think Victor's playing.
I
don't think he's playing any Serum Vision. No, wait. Yeah, I think Victor's playing 4 Opt, 1 Sleight of Hand.
Wow.
I could be wrong.
That's some strange numbers.
He showed me his list the other day, and I think that's what it is.
Looks like he decided to take a Gurmag Angler off that. See what Robert does on his second turn. So Robert's deck, like we said, it's basically just a blue-white control deck, but then it's playing this 4-drop that lets him Brainstorm, and that helps him set up Miracles, which are obviously very powerful, and have won many a game, I'm sure, in a lot of formats, Standard at the time, and Legacy. But they've never really, well, I don't know if never, but recently, obviously, they haven't been played in Modern much because there's not many good ways to stack the top of your deck.
And there still aren't.
I'm not sure if 4-mana 2/2.
I don't think anyone's saying this Merfolk, though it did 5-0 it 5-0'd
at least
MTG
1 or 2
Goldfish
leagues.
League.
Yeah, MTGO League. Yeah,
MTGO League. I saw that list on Goldfish the other day. I think Saffron Olive actually did a video about it.
Probably.
Field of Ruin seems good.
Yeah, Robert has 2 Cryptics in hand at least.
Does Robert have his 4th land?
Yeah, he has, I think, both another island and another plains. So probably where he wants to be. I mean, Victor's hand I don't think is very good. I think he's got a Gurmag, a Fatal Push, and then just a ton of lands. So not the cards he wants in this matchup.
Yeah, especially against 2 Cryptic commands. Victor really could have used some hand disruption here.
Yeah.
Because my guess is that what Robert's doing to make room for these miracles and for this Merfolk, he's cut a bunch of low mana interaction. My guess is Robert doesn't have Logic Knot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't even have Spell Queller.
No, probably
not
main. Maybe
probably cut the efficient cheap stuff.
Yeah.
So the hand disruption really would turn up big here.
Oh, Robert's got the Draw Step Field of Ruin.
So
out the blood
Victor
crits.
might float a mana here, but it looks like it doesn't have anything to do with it. Okay.
Right.
So he's probably going to get a Swamp.
Yeah, this lets both players get a basic land. Robert goes for the island.
Yeah, Robert aggressively putting
I mean,
down
not island,
a
I'm sorry,
fort.
plains.
Yeah, it's a plains. I feel like Robert must have his 4th blue source
He has
secured.
he has another island in
Okay.
hand, yeah.
Because if not, that's pretty pretty risky. In fact, I can't think of a reason at all to get a plains. Like I know Entreat the Angels is white,
triple white, yeah.
but if
you're hard casting Entreat, you're probably losing.
yeah, I feel like there's just no way you don't want to get the island there if you're Robert. But who knows? It's his deck.
So interestingly, Field of Ruin actually gives you slightly a bit more play in this Miracles deck because you do so much with the top and bottom of your library. The shuffling effect might be a little bit more relevant than in a regular deck, but
sure,
you never know.
Sure.
Like, if you have a bad card with Telling Time, you can shuffle it away with Field of Ruin if you want.
Yeah, it
kind of functions as an additional fetch land as opposed to just ghost quartering yourself.
It's too bad this Merfolk doesn't have Flash.
That would be
if it had
very
Flash
powerful.
And it was a rare, that'd be sweet.
Well, here's the fish. He did get this out, obviously, before Robert has a chance to Cryptic Command, but I do think Robert also has a Path to Exile. Not sure if Victor has a Stubborn Denial available. About to find out, probably. Yep.
What does that path say on it? Does it say squirrel?
I do not know.
Oh, it says land. It's a reminder for Robert
right.
to ask his opponent. Yeah, folks, in case you don't know, you can now get a warning and even a game loss for not reminding your opponent they can search for a land with your path.
Yes, I believe that's also the case with like Ghost Quarter or similar effects.
Yeah. Which is dumb because it's still in your competitive best interest if you play the card Thought Knot Seer not to tell your opponent to draw a card when it leaves until you get your first warning for it.
All right, Victor's just
Victor's
packing it in.
Pack it up.
I think his hand was like literally all lands and fatal pushes. So yeah, that's what he said. His hand was all lands and one fatal
Victor's
push.
pretty tilted. That's okay. I'm pretty tilted by that hat he's wearing. So it's a John Deere hat, folks.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure it matches.
Well, we didn't see any miracle. So Robert cast one spell that game.
Well, we did see a miracle. It was his opponent drawing straight lands.
Yes, that's true.
So
that's a miracle. Every trip. So Robert cast one spell that game.
Yeah. Well,
just Path to Exile?
Well, if you count Field of Ruin, that's kind of like two spells.
Like a spell, sure, but just Path. That's all you need. Just one path, and Death Shadow folds.
Tell me what you think about this. The other day, Jake Valentine, who handles a lot of our online content management, he said that as an editorial note in one of our articles that he thinks Field of Ruin is like the new Sinkhole, and that Field of Ruin in Modern sort of allows decks to deal with Tron in the way that Sinkhole would have been. And I'm like,
I'm not. I don't see
the.
I don't see the.
I don't see the
there.
connection. Like,
yeah.
I get that it's 2 mana to destroy a land, but it's really 3 mana.
And it's also not black.
Yeah, it's also not black. So it was a strange comparison. I think he's right. I do think that Field of Ruin's a nice way for decks to deal with big mana decks, but it's not better than Ghost Quarter, is it? I mean, for some decks, it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's good with
like in these control shells. It obviously
it's
is.
super good with Mind Sensor.
You don't want to. Well, that too. But for in control decks, you don't want to put yourself down a land
you don't
drop.
Want to be down a land. But like, is it better than like Tech Edge? You know?
Okay, so a couple people is our stream title incorrect? A couple people in chat asked if today was Friday. It is Friday. Yes.
Yeah, it is Friday. Got to get down on Friday.
On our end, the stream
Thursday?
title says Friday Night Modern. Perhaps that's not what everyone's seeing. I don't know. But it is Friday. If you're confused about the time, they haven't changed the description.
No. They haven't changed the description. But I think it is right.
Oh, maybe the scroller on the bottom. Okay, it's been fixed now.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not in control of that. We just read your kind words and relay them on to other folks.
Be nice. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get on you. I mean, you only missed a P and a T. That's not a big deal. I mean, everybody misses physical therapy every now and then. So what are we doing for sideboard here?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming Robert just brings in whatever usual control elements
I think
deck would bring in.
I think
Shadow.
Robert's probably not playing Supreme Verdict in the main board because
No.
you're playing Entreat the Angels.
Yeah.
And you're cutting. That's the kind of slot you're cutting on too.
All right.
But I bet Robert has like maybe one Supreme Verdict, one Wrath of God in the sideboard. Victor.
Probably the 4th Stubborn Denial.
Yeah, you definitely want that Stubborn. I'm not sure what else.
Brutalities seem good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how good the Vitality is.
If Robert has 4 is its static, or not Robert, Victor has 4 is its static casters. You could bring in all of them.
Or if he just has 2 is its static casters and 2 clones.
Yeah, that's true. To take out a horde of angels.
Take out those angels, yeah. Or if he just has 2 is its static casters and a dictate of the twin gods.
Oh, yeah, of course. Classic dictate of the twin gods.
He can take out those angels. No, I think Victor might want, like, Teamer Battle. Actually, I don't think he's playing it. Well, maybe he is.
Victor is playing white in his deck, though, right?
Yeah, he's got Lingering Souls, which he'll probably bring in.
Yeah, Lingering Souls is probably good here.
I think he cut Young Pyromancer for
Lingering Souls, sure.
So he'll almost certainly bring those souls in. And Robert's wearing a hood. Not sure why, but maybe he's having a bad hair day.
Did we stop streaming Standard?
No, we still
we stream Standard on Wednesdays. It hasn't been on Fridays for a while. That's usually because the popularity of it in terms of our stream views and just people here playing actually is lower. But we do definitely stream it on Wednesdays if you want to see some Standard action. Any As for Told decks running around at our FNM? We do not know currently. Maybe I know a few people were playing As for Told Living End recently here, so they may still be.
Yeah, that deck is solid. Deck is solid. It's hard to interact with, and it gets to play a lot of counter magic.
Yes, it does. So here Victor did have an opt.
And he does have Lingering Souls in hand.
Night Silva, I think probably today or yesterday Standard games would have been uploaded. I definitely know there was because I remember seeing the title of a Merfolk versus Merfolk match, which I'm almost certain was Standard.
Robert just drew the Miracle Terminus.
Oh,
chose not to cast.
He chose not to. I mean, I think you got to get your miracles in when you can.
Yeah. Maybe try to bait the Stubborn Denial, you know? So Victor with a lot of cantrips. Finding the perfect hand
his
here.
deck's running a lot smoother than it was last game where he just had a bunch of lands and fatal pushes, which are totally dead in the matchup. So here's the Steam Vents. Going to shock that in. Get his life total down.
I think Victor would have preferred to have a Thoughtseize over one of these 3 cantrips that he's used so far. But
looks like we got a...
Oh, cantrip number 4.
Well, I guess it's 4, yeah. Street Wraith is technically a cantrip.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. The best cantrip.
Sure. Take 2 damage, draw a card. And there's a couple more lands for Victor. Might be flooding out again.
God, he really needs to cast an actual discard spell.
Yeah. He does have Stubborn Denial. It looks like he does have the Lingering Souls as well.
Yeah, I mean, he could cast that now if he fetches for Godless Shrine with Bloodstained Mire. I think he does that, or I think you just do that. I mean...
Yeah, he might as well. He also has the opportunity to cast Gurmag.
Oh, he's got Gurmag, okay.
Yeah. But
I can see Gurmag hold up Stubborn. He might do that.
Looks like that's what he's thinking about.
Oh, Victor's in
he also has Death Shadow as well, so he has a variety of threats he could play.
Oh, he has a Shadow in hand?
Yeah.
So I think you want to hold on to the fetch land, because to play out Shadow right now, you have to fetch, and I think you just want the ability to shuffle and trigger Revolt later.
Is Revolt going to be... I'm not sure Fatal Pushes are even in the deck anymore.
Well, I'm not sure if Victor knows much about this new Miracles list, but given it's so new, if I were Victor, I feel like you'd have to respect some number of Spell Queller.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe not. Maybe Victor's just...
All right, so Stubborn Denial does tag the path there.
Well, that's good.
Robert, I see he's got at least Serum Visions and Telling Time. I'm going to go with Serum Visions here.
So the nice thing about Victor's Shadow list is he's playing, I think, 1 or 2 Lightning Bolts in addition to I think he's playing 3 Push, 2 Bolts. And what I like about that is that against a lot of the meta right now, like decks like, you know, that have Spell Queller and Vendilion Click, the big Jeskai decks, taking out Push, you can feel a lot safer about it when you have Bolts.
Right.
And you never feel bad leaving in Bolt, especially in your Snapcaster deck.
Yeah.
So I think in the Push meta, you really want to be playing Bolt for a lot of reasons.
All right, so we do see the Godless Shrine here.
Yeah, I guess you just run those out there. It would be a real tragedy if you run into Supreme Verdict, but...
Or Terminus.
Or Terminus.
Not much you can do about that, though.
Yeah, do you think that you don't run Verdict because you have Terminus? That seems kind of loose. Like, I feel like...
You probably have to have some number of
Verdict's
Verdicts
is too good not to
run.
run.
In the main, or if not the main, then definitely I would have at least 2 in the board.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, so we're in there with the angler. Puts Robert to 15. And Victor did finally find a discard cell in Inquisition, so we'll see
All right, let's
what
have
Robert's
a look.
working with. So there's Terminus, Entreat the Angels, Telling Time, Snapcaster, Telling Time. All right.
I think. Well, this is tough.
So this is Victor's first realization that his opponent is in fact playing Miracles and not just blue-white control.
So, yeah, Victor didn't even know.
Yeah.
So you can't take Terminus. You can take Entreat, but I don't think you need to.
Yeah, the in-hand Entreat is not a very good one.
I feel like you just take Snapcaster.
Yeah,
here.
that seems like the best.
If he had just one Telling Time, I could see an argument for taking Telling Time, but I think you just take Snapcaster.
Yeah. Victor is currently figuring out what Telling Time does.
Good choice, Victor.
Helps him set up a
We
miracle.
agree with you.
Yeah, so takes a Snapcaster. Definitely a logical choice there. We'll see if he goes for the Spirits, Lingering Soul. So he's got Lingering Souls and Shadow in hand.
You play out a 3/3 Shadow.
Or 5/5 Shadow. Or whatever. It'd be a 6/6 here, yeah.
Is he really going to fetch now? I guess he's playing out the Souls then.
Yeah. I mean, Robert, Terminus is very slow to cast from hand, so.
Yeah. What is it, a 6-drop?
Yeah. He's got some nice FNM promo Lingering Souls there. So it looks like Robert top decked a Path. He's going to take out the Angler, and then immediately Field of Ruin away the Godless Shrine. Yeah, it's very. I'm certain Victor does not have basic planes in his deck.
Yeah, I think what Victor did is he cut I think he's on 2 Watery Grave, 1 Blood Crypt, 1 Steam Vents, 1 Godless. He cut the second Blood Crypt for, and I think he told me that he cut the second Blood Crypt for the Godless Shrine because double red is not relevant.
Right. He's not playing Angers.
He thought about playing Anger and considers playing it sometimes over Flaying Tendrils.
Right. Yeah. Similar effects.
But he's not playing Anger today, and that's why he thinks he can get away cutting the Blood Crypt.
Sure.
Unfortunately, he's not playing the Spicy Ranger Veos that I know of.
To get your 2 Death Shadows.
Yeah.
It's a good one. It looks like he drew another Death Shadow, so. So in with the Spirits. That puts Robert to 13. So Victor could deploy his whole hand here. Death Shadow, and even flashback the Souls, but we'll see how conservative he
I think
decides to go.
one Death Shadow, one Death Shadow is good enough of a clock, because depending on your draw, you can actually make that.
The thing is, I mean, he knows Robert's hand, right? And if he just plays both Death Shadows here, that gives Robert 1 draw to deal with, because it's lethal otherwise.
Yeah, but don't we think that Robert has a lot of live outs, like a ton of draws, right? He's got Verdict, Terminus, Supreme Verdict, even things like Telling Time into I don't know.
He can't Telling Time here. He doesn't have enough mana.
Yeah, but like Telling Time into Serum, for example. If you go Telling Time, leave a Miracle on top.
Sure.
Draw this. Take a Serum.
No, because it has to be the first card you draw.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's why you don't play Serum. You play Opt instead. So you.
No, he's playing Serum Visions.
Robert's playing Serum.
Yes, because you can set up future miracles with Serum by leaving a card on top.
Huh. I think the MTG Goldfish list I saw with Saffron Olive was only playing Opt, but I can see that too. But
I think Robert's.
Let's say Robert Telling Times into Opt, and then leaves a miracle on top.
All right. So this line I like. This is
opts.
still presenting lethal because Victor had another fetch land. So.
Sure. So it's.
Yeah.
Yeah. 13. Yep.
We're gonna upkeep Telling Time so that if we find a miracle, we can instantly hit it. Does not look. That might be in. No, it's Rest in Peace.
Rest in Peace. Yeah.
That is not a miracle.
A little late to the party.
So I think that Robert is probably just dead here. I'm not sure. Not a miracle, no. Just Serum Visions. So he's gonna do it. So I don't think. That's a path. Okay.
Right? So he's alive.
Yeah. Let's see if he lets Victor draw a card, or if he's just gonna path now. And he's gonna pass the turn.
Man, I don't think you let Victor draw.
That's a little risky. I mean,
if Victor draws Snapcaster or Stubborn,
yeah,
that's bad news for you. I think Robert needs to.
Oh, and Robert
path before draw.
Robert also missed a land drop there, which means he's definitely not casting Terminus.
Oh, Robert, please path before the draw.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, good. Good play, Robert. Good play.
Victor's out of basics.
So what was the draw? Thought
There's
Scour?
a Thought Scour, yeah.
So I still think Victor's in a commanding lead of this game.
Yeah, and with the spirits, puts Robert to 9. And here's another
Victor
Death
puts
Shadow.
himself to 4, but Robert's in nowhere near firing up Colonnade.
No, that is true. And main phase Thought Scour. Find
Collective
Mill Brutality.
Soul.
Ooh, that's nice.
Mill the souls
Nice to have
for
that extra
value.
souls in there,
That is sweet.
Probably should not. Yeah, use Inquisition, which I think.
Take a telling time.
Yeah, so he knew about everything but this other telling time. I guess Entreat can't even. Robert needs to draw exactly untapped white source to be able to Entreat for
he can only make one angel.
one.
With
Yeah.
that. Card's pretty bad if you're not casting the Miracle.
Which I guess one angel does block Death Shadow for a turn, but not very efficiently.
I'm not sure why Victor's tanking. Don't you just take a telling time? I mean,
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, do you take the angel in case he draws the Merfolk? But that if he draws the Merfolk, you still win because he can't Miracle at that turn.
Yeah, he decides to take the Entreat. I don't think there's a point in flashing back souls here, right?
I don't think so either.
I guess if... No, because...
I mean, if Robert draws like a Snapcaster to throw in front of this Shadow, but that still doesn't change your clock, so...
All right, upkeep telling time. And there's Snapcaster.
Is that a Spreading Seas? That's a Search for Escanta, I think.
Search for
Escanta is great
yeah.
for this deck.
Also, yeah.
Yeah.
Although, unfortunately, the back half of it doesn't actually draw you the card, so you cannot Miracle on your opponent's turn with it. But
right, but what you can do is you can use it on your upkeep, like telling time. You don't get to put anything back, but you can still enable Miracle with it.
Oh, Robert found a land, and I think he probably also found the Snapcaster. So he can Snapcaster path here. Doesn't really need the path, I guess. And the fetching does, I mean, he was on a 2-turn clock regardless because Victor has access to the other Lingering Souls, but this means that Victor does not even need to cast these to still have a turn 2 clock.
Man,
2-turn clock.
Victor has to play a little bit more cautiously now because he's at 4 life and Robert has a creature, so I don't think he can actually swing out with these souls.
Now he's at 2 life.
Now he's at 2, so yeah, Robert cannot. I think Victor can only swing with 2 souls, right?
He has more in their yard to get back.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's got the 2. Forgot about this.
So Robert down to 4, Victor at 2. Hopefully Victor remembers to flashback.
Wait, God, but even still, if Robert just draws a land, he can fire up Colonnade. So he fires up Colonnade. I guess then you block 2 of them. So Victor has the 2 souls. So you could block Snap Colonnade.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess he's safe. I can't think of a draw that gets Victor punished. Can you?
No, and Robert's just going for the Miracle. He does not find it.
So you put the Serum Visions back on top, right?
Well, I mean, now he's just dead. There's nothing he can do to get out from underneath all these spirits.
So Robert can. What's a 2-mana answer? He drew another path.
Yeah, there's nothing. He's scooping it up.
Yeah, Lingering Soul is pretty good there.
Robert Teleno, thank you for the subscription. We appreciate it. So in the game where Victor does not only draw lands, he was able to take that one. And Lingering Souls, yeah, very effective.
Well, even still, I mean, Victor heavily outlanded Robert there.
Well, he did get path 3 times, so.
Sure.
But
didn't Victor only show 2 basics?
Yeah, he did only find 2. So no miracles there. Would have been good if Robert ever found a Terminus. He probably would have won.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Was not able.
Yeah, Victor went through his first number denial, but never found a snap or anything to do it again.
It's a little odd to me that this deck isn't playing Counterbalance. I don't know.
Counterbalance, I don't think.
It is legal in Modern, right?
Yeah, it is.
Snap.
It's from Cold Snap. Counterbalance is not good enough unless you can do it super reliably.
I mean, this deck has a lot of ways to manipulate the top of its deck, but
a lot, but I don't think enough to warrant playing a 2-drop do nothing
that's
enchantment. Like, I don't know.
I mean, sometimes you can just get your opponent, though.
Yeah. I could see times where it'd be good. But even still, like in that case, Counterbalance, it'd be like a shitty Chalice of the Void, right?
Well, yeah, not really. It'd be better because it doesn't counter your spells.
Yeah, but so this deck that Robert's playing, I don't know. I guess you have the same You have the same mana curve. You have relevant costs on your spells to counter relevant stuff from your
you
opponent.
have everything.
You got 1s, 2s.
1 through 6. Maybe no 5s.
Does Robert have 2 drops besides Search for Azcanta?
Snapcaster, Telling Time, Counterbalance would be.
Does he have 3 drops? We didn't
maybe
see
not
Spell
3s.
Queller.
Well, Entreat is a 3.
Yeah, sure.
Although
maybe
that
he has like Detention Sphere.
yeah, maybe. That could be.
I don't think counterbalance.
Yeah, it's not great, but
I don't think
I don't know.
counterbalance is really a viable strategy if you're trying to just be cute with it. I think you have to like. It's kind of like top or bust, or in the case of Legacy, you have to have
Sure.
Portent and what's the other one? Predict.
Predict. Yeah.
But without those, I don't know. I don't think Telling Time is good enough to get the job done. Maybe if you played blue-green counterbalance with Courser of Crufix or something, that way you could, and you had like
Yeah, you could know and you could shuffle when
like
you needed
fetch
to. That'd be
lands
cool.
and that kind of thing.
But then,
blue-green.
are there any green
Courser of
miracles?
Crufix. The green miracles are all terrible. There's Blessing of Nature, which like distributes 4 or 5 counters among creatures, and then there's I think it's Revenge of the Hunted, which gives a creature +6/+6. Like trample and like must be blocked or something.
No, so there's some weird stuff.
Blessing of Nature is sweet. Revenge of the Hunted is like not sweet. It's like the art is stupid. Look at this card. Can we get Revenge of the Hunted? Look at this thing. It's a giant guy smashing this.
This citadel.
This
weird.
this evil fortress. It's like kind of ridiculous. What is it? Trample must be all creatures that. Yeah, that's just not good.
Oh, it looks like both players kept 7. I see Victor had both Godless Shrine and Lingering Souls in his openers. That's probably where he wants to be.
Well, I think he'd rather fetch for the Godless Shrine so it can't get Field of Ruined, as easily.
Well, yeah. I mean,
but
he can always just play it on whatever turn he needs to cast the Souls, or just play it on turn 1.
Yeah, or just run it out there.
So Robert's hand
Holy
is
shit.
lands and Riverwise Augur.
Oh my gosh.
Not sure if that's a keep.
I mean, you can brainstorm.
Oh, it can't take it though. I mean, that's one advantage.
Well, sure. The Inquisition misses, but Robert might just die.
Yeah.
I mean,
what?
The thing is that
a weird hand.
It's true that you can shuffle away. You could keep this hand in Legacy if that were a brainstorm.
Yeah.
You could get rid of the lands and fetch right now.
Yeah.
But you can't do this till turn 4. I mean, this is. I don't think blowing out the Inquisition is worth it there.
Yeah. Yeah, does not seem great.
But whatever. If it makes Robert happy, that's his prerogative.
Wait, is one of those a farmland? No, he doesn't even have a cycling land. All right, well, I don't know.
This is silly.
And apparently we didn't. Oh, we did draw a Terminus again. Not exactly. Turn 1 is usually not when you want your Miracle Terminuses.
No.
Victor's thinking about the thought. I guess he knows you can at least take the Augur with the Thoughtseize. Yeah, here it is.
Wow. So just take the Augur, and Robert's doing literal nothing
until turn 6.
Oh my God, Robert. I mean, it's tough to mulligan that. Like,
I think you just drew a Blessed Alliance there.
Oh jeez.
Oh no, he may have drawn an Entreat. No, it's a Blessed Alliance.
Wow,
Victor found Nile Spellbound. Yeah, that seems fine. I mean,
you know how bad Blessed Alliance is against Lingering Souls? It's pretty bad.
Pretty bad? Not very bad?
Super fucking bad.
Okay, yeah, that's awful.
It's really bad.
I mean, you can kill Death Shadows with it, though. That's always fun.
I'll untap my Vendilion click that I swung with last turn when you tapped out with your souls and let you
trade. So I'm not. Victor definitely has souls. I don't know if he has any other larger threats. Yeah, Victor did not get any blue mana. Okay, he has Island. Okay, that makes more sense. But I was like, just fetching the Blood Crypt and the Godless Shrine. Here are the souls. Robert drew a Negate, which I guess might be relevant to counter the back half of Lingering Souls here. But
and Negate just seems super weak sauce against your opponent's Stubborn Denial deck. Like, really? You're going to hold up 2 mana while they hold up 1? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, if you can negate a Colligan's command or something, sweet. You know, good for you. But I don't know.
Victor does have Teamer Battle Rage. And also a Gurmag Angler. His hand looks very good.
Well, you know what's even worse than Blessed Alliance and Lingering Souls is Teamer Battle Rage and Lingering Souls. I'll swing at you for 2 Trample Double Strike.
Yeah, well, sometimes that's all you need. So it looks like he's going for the Snapcaster Thoughtseize here. Yeah, Robert might as well negate this. I mean, Victor probably would have taken the Terminus at this point, although Victor does also have Stubborn Denial.
Yeah, so that negate feels horrible there. 2 mana for half of a card.
Sure. Oof. The threats are coming nicely here for Victor. He's got both Gurmag Angler and, which I guess he can't really cast Gurmag yet because there's that many cards in his graveyard. But he also has Death Shadow now, so that looks good. And a Stubborn Denial for backup. The funny thing is, Stubborn Denial is even good against Terminus just like without Ferocious because casting it on 7 instead of 6 is still awful.
Yeah, play out the Spell Bomb.
Really, but he tapped his blue mana for that.
I was about to say Victor could play out a Spell Bomb, just to hedge the board wipe here.
Now he's going to get Terminus. He doesn't have another blue source.
Yeah, but he does. You mean just for like hard cast for 6
mana?
mana?
I mean.
Yeah, but aren't we fine with that?
Maybe, but there's no reason. I mean,
if Robert throws away, because I mean, if Robert throws away the Terminus, I don't know.
Well, the rest of Robert's hand is actually good against what Victor has left, though. He has 2 targeted removal
spells.
spells.
I see what you're saying. If you're Victor, why tap the island instead of the Blood Crypt or something? Maybe Victor's representing Dash Hopes.
He is representing Teamer Battle Rage in case he needs to give one of his tapped creatures. Oh, but Robert doesn't even do it. That's disappointing. When you have the option to Terminus, free of counters, get a 1.5 for 1. I mean, that might be the best he can get this game. Victor's going to go ahead and detonate the Spell Bomb. Draws an Opt, which he also can't cast because he tapped his blue source. That was unfortunate. Going to cycle Street Wraith, fall to 11. Finds a Thoughtseize, which is pretty good. Sends the troops in for 4. So Roberts is down to 9, which is kind of low. And now we are going to probably say goodbye to Terminus. Although I guess maybe Victor doesn't even care about Terminus at this point, since now he does have access to Stubborn Denial.
So do we think that Victor tapped out blue there for Nile Spellbomb with the intent to trick Robert into thinking he doesn't have Stubborn?
Yeah, that's possible.
Knowing that it wasn't really relevant that turn. If Robert wants to tap out 6 to Terminus away, 2 souls, and a Snapcaster, fine. But now you think I don't have Stubborn?
This seems bad for Victor now because he has Stubborn now, sure, so he can. But his Gurmag's just going to get passed, or his whole board gets Terminus. I mean, I don't.
This is fine for Victor, right?
I don't know. It doesn't seem great.
Well, if he's he's got 4 power in play besides the Angler.
Sure.
His opponent's at 8.
Yeah, that's not bad, obviously.
I mean, yeah, Robert can try to escalate a Blessed Alliance, but anything he does is going to get Stubborn.
All right, he's just gaining 4 life.
So Robert
he doesn't. He took the path. I'm sorry, duh.
Right, so Robert's
yeah,
at
that
12.
was just a Blessed Alliance left.
Stubborn.
Well, the second one is now going to be hard cast. All right, well, that was not bad.
Wait, Robert had 7 mana, I guess. All right.
Yeah, he was playing a 7th land drop.
All right.
All right, well, that's pretty good. And he even got through the Stubborn Denial.
Yeah, but Victor has a handful of cards.
Right, he has 2 ops and a Death Shadow
Robert
with
has
Battle
no
Rage.
cards. But if Robert can just blind flip the Entreat the Angels.
Yeah. that'll do it. So here's Victor's going to opt. See if he likes what he sees. Does not. No, maybe.
God, if I were Victor, I'd feel super bad if my opponent just ripped this Entreat the Angels.
Yeah.
I guess
thoughts
it could happen.
not super
It'd be a
relevant.
miracle for sure.
The unfortunate thing is here, without any other ways to damage himself, even this
I
Teamer
thought
Battle
Robert
Rage.
was scooping there.
Even this Teamer Battle Rage is not lethal.
No. Though
Oh,
if we,
there's
if
another
we find
Terminus.
If we find a fetch land, it is.
He's going to keep the Terminus on top and then search for Escanza. Yeah, Robert's pulling ahead. And it was for the miracle, right? Victor had the stubborn for the hard cast Terminus, but the flip one did him in.
Set Lingering Souls?
Yeah.
So if we opt here and find a fetch land, we win.
Yes.
Yeah, if we opt here, find a fetch land, we swing for 6 double strike.
It's more souls.
Double
and now we
souls.
can't even
Oh,
he can't even cast any of them because he doesn't have another land. Yikes.
Well,
So in for 8, sure. Robert goes to 4. Keep the Robert doesn't even look at the card because he knows it's Terminus.
yeah. He's struggling to get it in the sleeve, though. Oh, he's got
the
smokes.
shadow backs. Nice.
So is that a good play? 1 mana, take out your Death Shadow?
That's fine.
It's fine, sure.
Oh, there's the fetch land.
Oh, that's tilting.
Well, here's more souls. Although now Robert has active search for Escanza.
Yeah, not sure how good that is, but he does get to look at 4 cards.
That's probably pretty good.
So another search, telling time,
wow.
colonnade. So he takes telling time, right?
Victor actually,
Oh, it's a path.
I think Victor just misplayed very badly there.
How so?
He could have thought scoured Robert take the miracle off the top of his library.
Oh, yeah. Now I suppose Victor could also think that his opponent was bluffing, but
Yeah, no, well,
but yeah,
I mean,
why not Thought
when he
Scour?
said keep the card on top with, he tapped out with for Battle Rage on his turn, so he didn't have that available to him. But that could have been Thought Scour is actually very valuable against this deck if you think about it.
Yeah, Victor. Wow. Victor's an incredibly good player. So and I'm not a good player, but Mario is. So Mario, it's good. That's a good job you caught that. But I would have thought Victor would have caught that too. So we'll have to let him know.
You know,
about
at the
that.
time, right? At the time, he didn't know. So Robert did keep a card on top. Actually, he kept 2 on top with Vision. So he did kind of know that something good was coming at least.
Yeah.
Well, we finally resolved Riverwise Augur, getting to Brainstorm here. And yeah, and a treat, or maybe even another Terminus, probably just locks this one up.
Hey, thank you, DJ Ibama 88 for following.
So Victor's gonna shock himself so that he can. I guess he should actually. Maybe now he can Thought Scour targeting. Yeah, there he goes. Now he's realized what he can do. So we're gonna mill Entreat and Rest in Peace, which is very good.
Go. Way to go, Victor.
All right.
Found the line. A single tear for the fallen.
However, I think that Robert has a verdict here. So yeah, with the souls for 2, Robert does maybe fall to 2. We're thinking about. Oh yeah, here's Blessed Alliance versus Lingering Souls, which is actually really good here to gain 4 life.
Yeah, it's very
high from
it's very
Portugal. Well,
average,
thanks,
good enough.
Digibamba. We have a surprising amount of regular international viewers, I would say. A lot of people I know from European countries attend to view our streams.
Yeah,
which is kind of weird because it is kind of late over
this
there.
is not the same thing as international, obviously, but we had a guy in from Vermont who.
Okay.
It's kind of another country. It's way out. It's almost Canada.
That's pretty far away.
We had this guy come in from Vermont on Tuesday night who he was like traveling from Vermont to like Iowa or something, and he stopped here specifically because he watches the stream. He's like,
that's
yeah,
cool.
I thought I'd bring my deck and stop here on my way.
Nice. All right, well, we're in for 2. I like it. I mean, obviously that guy's not blocking, and Victor is all the way down from 6. Yeah, it's 1 a.m. over in Portugal. From Italy, 2 a.m. Sweet. But glad you guys are enjoying it.
Are there really only 6 time zones from here to Italy? I suppose is that what the Atlantic Ocean chalks up to? Is you'd think
probably about 4, and then there's 2 in Europe.
I guess. I was thinking it'd be later than that.
Yeah, here's Verdict. So that'll clean up the souls. I think Victor might have another set though.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like Terminus isn't good enough to not play Supreme Verdict still. Or
right.
Supreme Verdict is too good.
Nothing says multiculturally diverse audience like Vermont. That is.
He's right about
that.
that.
Right.
I mean, those people up there, they speak a different language. You know, they're always talking about maple syrup and can't understand their accent.
This was Victor's hand is maybe the best it can be. He's got 6 mana. I'm sorry, both ends of Lingering Souls and a Stubborn Denial. Although I guess Stubborn Denial is actually really bad when you don't have Ferocious Creature.
Does Robert have a reasonable way to push through damage for this one other than Colonnade? Like something random.
Like a gut shot? I don't think so.
like what about like a what if he had like what's the name of that?
Are we just Snapcasting and Treat?
Yeah, seems fine to get 1/4/4 flyer. Oh no, to Verdict. Okay. Oh. Okay, seems fine. I was gonna say Robert could have like the Moorland Haunt, you know.
Oh, the Moorland
Instant
Haunt.
speed, make 1/1 the land that makes 1/1 flyers. Anyway, I wanted to say about Vermont.
Okay.
Something on NPR the other day about how there's a shortage of dry firewood in Vermont, and a lot of people out there use wood burning stoves for heat. And there's a massive shortage for a lot of reasons. One, because of the crazy winter, and two, because of I think some deforestation and wildfire type issues. But big shortage of dry firewood up in Vermont.
Good to know.
And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, wow, that does sound like a foreign country. Have you ever worried about your supply of dry firewood?
I can't say I have.
There's a whole lexicon to describe like a unit of dry firewood. like it's like a 3 foot by 3 foot block. There's like a word for that.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So I think Robert has this one locked up. He's got Active Search for his content. He's got Cryptic and Path in hand, and Victor's down to just Stubborn Denial. And now Gromag Angler, but this is certainly going to get countered.
But interestingly, Robert does not have a Colonnade.
Claim to Fame would win it for Victor. Yeah, that turn it would have.
Victor's not playing Claim to Fame.
Yeah, unfortunately he's not. You know, so this might have been the weirdest thing. So when I first opened whatever it was, Hour of Devastation, I opened 3 Claim to Fames.
It's an uncommon.
It's an uncommon, and I just sold all of them because they were worth like $3 when they released for some reason. Now they're like 50 cents, like a normal uncommon. But people really thought
$3.
People really thought they were going to be good.
People are dumb. I mean, that's an ambitious price for that card.
So this will do it, right?
It's an ambitious price for any uncommon.
Snapcaster puts it away
in a standard legal set these days.
Oh, Victor was not at 1.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because he'd be dead. Now he's now at 1.
Have we considered changing up the content from a Magic channel to Vermont Fun Facts? It was considered. We decided that Magic would get a larger viewer base, but. Oh, no, cord is the term for the
cord,
unit of firewood.
That's right.
See,
yeah,
we're glad you are also up to your knowledge of.
I think.
Obviously, that's not just a Vermont thing.
I think Kat Navis just Googled that.
No, someone else knew it as well.
All right. Well.
All right. Well, Victor didn't find a removal spell that could resolve, so Snapcaster puts that one away, and Robert wins.
Do you remember when Robert cast his first Terminus? And Victor, and he was empty-handed.
Yeah, and
he flipped his Escanta, and Victor had 6 cards in hand, or 4 or 5 cards in hand.
Yeah, that was wild.
But that's the turn when Victor had Thoughtscour and should have Thoughtscoured that Terminus, right?
Yeah, which I mean, the problem was there he still didn't have 2 blue. Running on just basic island the entire game kind of hurt him a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
but he could have Thoughtscoured that turn, right? I'd have to go back and watch. I think you're right, though. He could have Thoughtscoured the turn.
If instead of Teamer Battle Raging, he Thoughtscoured, he could have done that.
Right.
All right, well, that was an interesting game 1.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
Miracles, I mean, it took down Death Shadow in a pretty, competitive games. I mean, the first game, obviously.
Victor just flooded.
Victor just flooded out.
Of course, game 2, or game 3 there, Robert just kept a hand of
all right, Robert's
6
hand
lands.
seems awful,
Merfolk.
but I guess when you have that many, just super impactful board wipes like Terminus, Verdict, even a big Entreat off the top, like, you just need mana, right? Like,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was.
Right,
and by the way, Robert wins this grudge match finale.
Best of 3. Yeah. So we'll see if they.
Looks like Robert's a better player than Victor.
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
All right. Well, that'll do it for round 1. We're not going to find another match as we only have a few minutes left here, but
yeah, that occupied all the time. That was great.
It was a control game. We'll be back in a few minutes with round 2, so stay tuned, guys. let us know if there's anything else you want to see. I know somebody said an As for Told deck, so we'll see if anyone's playing that. We'll try to get it on in a later round. If there's any other types of decks you might want to see, let us know, and we will try to look for them. So thanks, guys.